haven't been here for a few years. First game of the season. It's all set up for quite a big evening. How are you feeling?
Yeah, just excited. As we know, it's such a long pre-season here in Australia. But I guess on this occasion, probably best thing for me, recovering from the small foot surgery. Played a lot of minutes now in the pre-season, and yeah, just really looking forward to stepping back out onto this sacred grass and having a good night.
Is there any bit of you that is still getting over bits of the foot, or has it affected, aerobically missing time? Where's that at?
No, I'm at 100% now. I've played a lot of 90 minutes now throughout the pre-season, a lot of training load. It's been a very difficult, very tough pre-season in terms of achieving the amount of workload that we want to achieve to be 100% ready to go for the season. But yeah, just 100% now and just excited to get going.
I think you've spoken on it before, but was that foot injury something you've nursed for a few years?
Yeah, I've had it for about 5 years in total, so it's something that has been kind of not so much a problem in the early stages, and then the last couple of years just got to a point where I had to inject it every game to play for the last 2-3 months of 2 seasons consecutively. So yeah, it's been an annoying issue and something that thankfully I've fixed now, and hopefully won't have it or any other problems going forward.
So to have it fixed, does that pave the way for a born-again Craig Goodwin?
We'll see if I can maintain the performances I have throughout the last, I don't know, however many seasons I have now. I'd be happy. So I feel good. I feel confident. Body's feeling good, and yeah, like I said, just excited to step back out at Coopers and hopefully kick us off with a win.
It's been an off-season of change. What are we going to see from this group?
Yeah, definitely a lot of changes. Obviously, new coaching staff, a lot of fresh faces, playing group, a fresh style. But the biggest thing that I hope that the fans can see and everyone else can see is the intent, the work ethic, and the desire from the team. First and foremost, that's the one thing that can never be called into question. And if we can have that, then tactically we can progress from there. And first and foremost, if we show that fight, that hunger, that will to win, that needs to be there every single day, then we can have a chance and give ourselves a good base.
You said you're good to go. What's the rest of the squad look like? A couple of other foreigners, where are they at? Are we expected to see everyone fit and firing?
Yeah, I think so. Everyone's been training, so we've got everyone available to pick from, and it'll just be who's obviously got the fitness, and obviously the 2 foreign boys came in a bit late, but they're looking good and looking strong. So we've got a full squad to pick from, and we'll see what happens.
What's the expectation? I think it feels like you've maybe gone a little bit under the radar, or things have been a little bit quiet this pre-season, which might suit with all the changes.
Mm-hmm.
What are the expectations from this group? Yeah,
I think always. I don't think I've ever had a season with Adelaide that we've been one of the contenders, so to speak. So we always fly under the radar, which I think probably does suit our mentality and the way that we work. But the expectations are high. For us, obviously we want to make finals, we want to finish top 4, we want to have a home final, any of these things. But first and foremost, the goal is to win. But it's the process of how to do that, and the attitude, the application, and the things we need on a daily basis to create the right culture that leads to winning. And I've said it multiple times now, it's, if we're not here to win silverware, then what are we here for? So that's the process, that's the mindset that we have on a daily basis, and we're here to win.
You can hear it in the way that you talk, and we know that you're obviously a great leader of this club, but have you come back with a different, stronger, hungrier mindset? That's the way that it sounds whenever we hear you talk about success in this football club. Yeah, definitely.
I think from my previous experiences, it's probably something. If I'm critical, overly critical, we've made a lot of semi-finals. I've made, I think, 5 semi-finals besides the 1 grand final that I've made with Adelaide. We've just fallen short of that hurdle, and I think what's the one thing that could kick us on that extra bit? You could talk about quality and things like that, but I think it's probably that ruthlessness and relentlessness on a daily basis. That's the one thing that we could actually have an effect on as a playing group. It's the one thing that I think is going to help us this season, whether we have a young team or not. We've seen clubs, Central Coast for instance, have a young team, be able to win the championship, and I think we're in a position that we can do something. We have quality. We have, a lot of young players, but if we can get, like I said, that foundation and that work ethic and that mentality right, and have the belief that we can do it, then we can build from there.
I think, sorry, just on the young players, I think I agree with you, but also it's a little bit misleading when you look at the age of some of the foreigners and yourself and Ryan Kiddo. As young as you are, they're not all going to be playing, if that makes sense. Do you think you're that young?
No, exactly. We see our squad on a daily basis. You know, we have 4 or 5 players that are over the age of 30, and then there's 2 that are like 26 and 25, and then everyone else is 21 or 21 or younger, besides Allah. So we know there's a lot of young players, but like you said, we have also a lot of young players that have been here now 4 or 5 years and have racked up, 50 to 100 A-League games. And so it's, those players, your ones like a Luca, Johnny, Yaya, Allah, those boys that are young but still have had the experience now, and it's time for them to step out of, perhaps not to say the shadows because they've been good players, but now it's their chance to step up, deliver, and be the mainstay players in the squad, and to deliver and to do those things that they want to do in their career.
Do you think any of them are ready to do that? We've been saying...
I think all of them are ready.
We've been saying Johnny Yull for like 3 years now. When's he going to break out? Who's breaking out?
Yeah, again, I think all of them are ready. I think if we can again find that mentality, find that ruthlessness and relentlessness on a daily basis, that's going to be the best thing to help these young boys actually kick on. There's a certain way to achieve what you want to achieve, but for any young player, there's a certain attitude and a certain way that you have to carry yourself to be able to reach the heights of Europe or national team or any of those things. And that's the message that I try to portray to these boys who have the potential and have the quality to make it, that if they don't have the right mindset, then they'll find limitations. So I think we have the squad, and the pre-season's been good, the work ethic's been good, and I'm excited for it. There's a lot of young boys, and I'm excited for them to kick on this year.
You said national team before. Realistically, how far is Craig Goodwin from a phone call from Johnny Popovich, do you reckon?
Well, I hope not that far. I think I've shown some really good performances over the last, 4 or 5 years with the national team, and again over the last 1 to 2 years with the national team, and being there consistently. So I believe my level is there. I feel I'm still in my best football, and some of my best football is yet to come. And it's up to me to do the talking on the pitch, to provide goals, assists for this Adelaide team, to lead us to success in the early rounds, and hopefully I can be involved in the next squad. But I've said before, my mindset for this season is, putting in the performances with Adelaide to make myself available for that Socceroos squad come the World Cup.
Is the impression you get from communications with Papa or whoever that, you're still in that exact frame?
Yeah, of course I'm always in close contact with the staff there, and how I'm going, how my recovery's been from this, the amount of minutes I'm getting in pre-season. But I think as well from the selections that the boss has shown over the last year or 2 years that he's been in, he's willing to pick A-League players, he's willing to pick young players, and he's willing to pick older players that are playing well as well. So, I think the platform is there for any player who's playing well to be selected, and I think for me I've been able to show that I can deliver at that level, and that's my mindset and hunger going into this season.